let's look at this. Any other millennials thinking about dying alone if you have no kids? I've been watching my sick grandfather go through the process of dying right now. And what he wanted was to be around his family at home, not in the hospital. All of us take turns sitting next to him. Myself, 41, and a lot of friends my age have no children. Yeah. Are you noticing that? The childlessness is really ticking up. You can really start to see it around you. Since this has happened, or like people will be like, we just want one kid. It's what's best. Why? The environment. Since this has happened, I think that when I get old, I will have no family and die alone. Yeah, you will. No family to spend Christmas with, no family or kids to look after me. This is from a guy called Skyrim 1982. 41 years old. 1982 means you're 41. Okay. Getting old. Does anyone else think about these kind of things? Our generation isn't having as many kids as it seems for a lot of reasons, but it's scary to think about spending our older years alone. Yeah, that's a big argument for having kids. After reading the replies and discussions, I think I'm more sad now than I was before, just seeing how most of us millennials look at life, having children and being alone. Reddit r/millennials, huh? It's very grim. Everyone seems so alone and depressed and accepting of it. Is it normal that a whole generation of people feel so detached or indifferent about the importance of forming family bonds and having kids? Well, millennials were raised with Saturday morning cartoons, TGIF, Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon came a little bit later. Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, regular NES, and daycare. And also the 90s was when the public schools went PC. I thought I'd add, it's not that I want kids to take care of me. Yeah, it's perfectly okay. It's perfectly okay to want somebody to do something. That doesn't mean they're obligated. I want kids to have a family and be able to feel loved and surrounded when I'm older instead of alone. I do not want to just have kids to be caregivers. Yeah, I don't think anybody would characterize it that way. When I said kids to look after them, I mean, you get along with them, you know? I meant there to be there to support each other, just like family has done for each other for thousands of years. Yeah. Well, and families are very dysfunctional these days. I mean, boomers are just so entitled, and they're just so out of touch with their voting choices and their lack of effort, their lack of political effort. They don't have to live. They see it in the way they see it. It's like they don't have to live with the majority of the consequences. And so they turn away, but there's a serious corruption in that, and there's a serious kind of wickedness in that. And it's a huge turnoff, and it's extremely antisocial behavior. So there's a price to pay for that.